In the harsh and unforgiving ecosystem of the National Football League, there exists a creature of paradox. It is adorned in the most magnificent way, the powder blue. It inhabits a distinct, state-of-the-art billion-dollar nesting ground. It possesses speed.
Do I subtract? Do I add? Out of the pocket. Herbert sets. Home run ball is home.
Strength.
Into this, grabs that jersey and you couldn't quite see that. That was an interesting look at it there.
And an evolutionary advantage that should put it at the top of the food chain. For decades, the Chargers have had potential, but at some point, potential stops being promise. It becomes a lifestyle choice, like a mullet or investing in bad stocks. The Chargers ain't a bad football team. There's something far worse. They are an elite side that is allergic to accomplishments. Consider the math. All-time regular season record, 503 wins, 499 losses, 11 ties. That's a winning percentage of roughly .501. They are the embodiment of a coin flip, one where you bet your house on heads. But if the coin lands on heads, the referee rules the coin committed a holding penalty, just pushing you out of field goal range. Their playoff record, 12 wins, 21 losses, winning percentage of .364. This is the story of doing the hard things right. But when it gets easy, let me show you how to f it up. Every franchise in the NFL has its own distinct narrative. The Steelers have a steel curtain, or at least they used to. The Niners have the West Coast offense. And the Patriots, they have whatever deal Belichick made with the underworld in 2002. But the Chargers, they have a way of finding the most innovative way to lose. Let me call it chargering. Yeah, it's a verb. Don't believe me? Let me show you. Exhibit A. January 14, 2007. The Chargers had the best team in football. Maybe the best team of the decade. They intercept Tom Brady. The game is won. You just have to fall down. Just fall down. He did not fall down. Exhibit B. Let's call this one the masterpiece. Up 27-0 against the Jaguars in the playoffs. According to every metric, they had a winning percentage of 99.9%. Not when you have a lightning bolt on your helmet. Final score, 31-30. This wasn't just a loss. This was a collapse so thorough, so geometric in its precision, that it felt scripted. It wasn't just bad luck. It was a structural failure of the soul. And it's not just the playoff collapses. What about the team doctor accidentally puncturing the QB's lung moments before kickoff? Yeah, it actually happened. If you're a Chargers fan, you don't watch the fourth quarter to see if they will win. You watch to see how the universe will conspire to hurt you this time. And worst of all, you can't even claim you don't have any stars. You had generational legends. I don't even want to hear you saying you lack the stars. You have some of the greatest players in history. In fact, you collect them. You hoard them like a dragon hoards gold. But are any of them useful? Nope. Lance Alworth, Bambi. I bet many of you don't even remember him, but he was the most graceful receiver of his era. His result, just one AFL championship in the pre-merger era. 0 Super Bowls. The Air Coryell era. Dan Fouts, Kellen Winslow, Charlie Joyner. They changed the game of football forever. They invented the modern passing attack. They put up numbers that wouldn't be matched for 20 years. Result, they froze in Cincinnati. They lost in Miami, 0 Super Bowls. But let's get to the modern men, the mid-2000s. I'm talking LaDainian Tomlinson. This was the greatest season by a running back in history, 31 touchdowns. Then there was Antonio Gates. Don't forget Phillip Rivers. He played with a torn ACL and talked trash without cussing. What did they all get? 0 Super Bowls. I mean, you even had Drew Brees, a first ballot Hall of Famer, and you let him leave. At least he got his ring in New Orleans. And now, let's not forget about the 2020.
Right there on that play. Herbert stops, launches deep. Jalen Guyton, he's got it! Touchdown Chargers! What?
That's Justin Herbert throwing a bomb like it was nothing. If you gave me a lab and said build a QB, I'd come up with something very close to Herbert, if not the man himself. He's the perfect throwing machine, with the arm of a howitzer and the hair of a Disney princess. And every year, the same. This time it's different. Look at the roster. Top 5 offense, top 5 defense on paper. If collecting elite talent won championships, You'd be a dynasty that makes the Patriots look like the modern-day Raiders. Maybe the problem is higher up. Maybe it's in the front office. It's one thing to have this kind of talent. You need elite coaching to manage it. Unfortunately, my Chargers, you've provided this talent with a social experiment in seeing how much frustration you can create for your fan base. First, there was Marty Ball, Marty Schottenheimer. He built the best team in the league, and then they fired him. Why? He didn't get along with the GM. It was like winning. You need to get along. Then came Norv Turner, the offensive genius. Again, they were champions. Almost. After that, Mike McCoy, Anthony Lynn, both incredible leaders. But watching them manage a clock was like watching a toddler trying to defuse a bomb. Wasting timeouts, passing instead of running. And then, you had the analytic guru, Mr. Brandon Staley. I mean, he was treating fourth down like those suggestions you get on Madden. Go for it? Sure. We're on our own 20? Who cares? Math says yes. Every few years, the fans are told, this coach is different. This one fixes the culture. But the press conferences sound the same. Same excuses, same promises. But at some point, you have to look at the common denominator. It ain't the coach. It ain't the QB. It's the building, the science. Put it simply, it's Spanos. Let's look at the year 2010. Casual football fans, brace yourselves. Chargers fans, look away now. You had the #1 ranked offense in yards in the NFL. #1 ranked defense in yards. You know how many teams in NFL history had the #1 offense and defense but missed the playoffs? Take a guess. 1. And who do you think that was? How is this mathematically possible? Your special teams, they ranked 32nd, dead last. They blocked your punts. They ran you off the field with kick returns. You basically refused to play 1/3 of the game. Your fans are in the 99th percentile of heartbreak. Yeah, you lead in moral victories, but you're the undisputed kings of next year. Even Jerry Jones looks great compared to the Chargers. Science cannot explain the Chargers. Probability cannot explain the Chargers. The only explanation is that somewhere, in a past life, the founder of this franchise insulted a wizard. You're all paying the price. There's nothing we can do about the past, but look to the future. So I want to take a moment and address the Chargers fans. All 12 of you, maybe 11 after this season. This isn't hate, it's a concern. Call it an intervention. And my heart bleeds for you. None of you deserve this. You pay for tickets to a stadium where the opposing team has home field advantage. You watch opposing fans turn SoFi into Arrowhead West or Allegiant West. You've endured the move from San Diego, a paradise, to Los Angeles, a city that already had a football team and didn't really ask for a second one. You've watched Phillip Rivers make 9,000 funny faces. You've watched kickers ruin your childhood, but you still stick around because of that uniform, because of those flashes of brilliance. I sometimes sit in awe watching you play the most beautiful football on earth. But behind the scenes, they hurt you. Then they throw a 70-yard TD and say, baby, I've changed. But here's the truth. You chose this. You saw the lightning bolt and thought, yes, I would like to be electrocuted repeatedly for 40 years. That's on you. But let me remind you of one thing. History's written by the victors. The Chargers are a footnote written in invisible ink. You're proof that talent alone is not enough. Coaching is not enough. Even belief is not enough. Teams that don't beat themselves win championships. Teams that seize the moment win them. Yes, you have the talent of a dynasty, and I didn't even touch on Joey Bosa. But the trophy case looks like you've been rebuilding for 5 decades. In the end, the only thing that matters is results, and you have none. You have elite talent, elite failure, and 0 Super Bowls. Thank you for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.